Subscribe for more videos. Let's get started. This is a full breakdown of the movie Karate Kid, legends with all the twists and turns revealed. The wind howls across the cliffs of Okinawa, Japan in 1986. A teenage Daniel LaRusso, played by Ralph Macchio, sits quietly, listening to the soft voice of his mentor, Mr. Miyagi, portrayed by Pat Morita. Miyagi tells Daniel the story of an ancient bond, how a storm once brought a kung fu family and a karate family together. His ancestor was taken in by the Han family and taught the art of kung fu. Two branches, he says, one tree. The seed of something bigger was planted that day, and decades later, it's about to blossom. Cut to present-day Beijing. Mr. Han, played by Jackie Chan, runs a small kung fu school with quiet pride. But his world shifts when his niece, Dr. Fong, played by Ming-Na Wen, visits with big news. She's moving to New York City with her son, Liang, played by Ben Wang. Mr. Han resists the idea, not because he doubts the city, but because he knows what Lian is leaving behind, and the pain they both still carry from the death of Lian's older brother, Bo, played by Yankee Gi. Dr. Fong is firm. She wants her son far from violence, far from the arena that claimed Bo's life. New York greets Li with its signature chaos. Curious and eager to explore, he wanders through the neighborhood and finds a local pizzeria, but his attempt to order stuffed crust pizza, an innocent mistake, earns him the mocking nickname Stuffed Crust from the gruff owner, Victor Lapani, portrayed by Joshua Jackson. His daughter, Mia, played by Sadie Stanley, steps in with kindness, offering him pizza and a tip on where to find the local bodega. A spark is lit, a connection between strangers far from home. Liang and Mia grow closer. She shows him around the neighborhood, guiding him through its energy and hidden corners. But their walk takes a tense turn when they pass a karate dojo and run into Mia's ex-boyfriend Connor Day, played with menace by Aramis Knight. His sensei, O'Shea, brought to life by Tim Rozon, looms nearby, reminding Mia that her father owes him money. The air thickens. The past, the present, and danger intertwine. That night, Mia's scooter breaks down. Forced to take the subway, she and Lai find themselves cornered by Connor and his thugs. Connor's intentions are clear. He wants Mia back. Lean steps in, instinctively protective, but Connor catches him off guard with a brutal sucker punch. Later, Mia confesses that dating Connor was her rebellion, a middle finger to her controlling dad. Victor helps cover up the black eye, but Lian's mom isn't fooled. She sternly reminds her son, "No fighting." Lian begins tutoring sessions with Alan, a quirky but sharp student played by Wyatt Oleff. But even with studies on his mind, Connor remains a shadow. Another confrontation at school leads to a fight. One where Lian tries to channel his brother Bo's teachings, but is quickly outmatched. Connor mocks him and issues a challenge, the Five Boroughs tournament, the same one he dominates every year. Later that evening, Lee tries to fix Mia's scooter, but stumbles upon O'Shea's men threatening Victor with baseball bats. Without hesitation, Lee jumps in, unleashing the martial discipline buried inside him. In a flurry of motion, he fends them off, earning Victor's respect. Grateful, Victor reveals he used to be a boxer. Now, with the shop struggling, he could use Leah's help to sharpen his old skills. A deal is made. Training begins. Lee and Victor meet in secret to hone their techniques. But when Mia finds out, she's livid. The shop is hanging by a thread, and now her dad is picking fights. Frustrated, Lian opens up. The truth spills out. Bo had won a tournament, but the loss enraged his opponent. That night, Bo was ambushed by a group of sore losers. One of them pulled a knife. Lian watched, frozen, helpless. Guilt has been his shadow ever since. Lee continues training, balancing his studies with Alan and growing closer to Mia, until the San Gennaro festival. There, he sees Mia laughing with Connor. His heart drops. Misreading the moment, Lee starts to distance himself. But the truth emerges later. Connor tried to get her back, and Mia shut him down. She confesses that her heart now belongs to Leo. Just as they lean in to kiss, Victor interrupts, ushering them outside for his match against one of O'Shea's men. The ring becomes a battlefield. Victor uses what Leanie taught him, and nearly wins. But O'Shea's fighter plays dirty, striking with a brutal illegal elbow. Victor goes down. unconscious. In the hospital, Mia pleads for Li to come in, but he freezes. The memory of Bo's lifeless body paralyzes him. Mia walks away, heartbroken and disappointed. Then, Mr. Han arrives in New York. No phone calls. No texts. He breaks into Lena's apartment and attacks him. Not out of anger, but to reawaken the warrior inside. The next day, they visit Victor in the hospital. Victor admits he's ready to close the pizzeria and move on. Mr. Han disagrees. He tells Li he's going to fight in the 5 Boroughs tournament, and he's going to train him. But Mr. Han isn't done. He flies to California, to a house with a bonsai tree out front. Daniel LaRusso, older and wiser, opens the door. Mr. Han explains his bond with Mr. Miyagi and asks for help. Daniel is hesitant, until Han says, "I know you'll come." Back in New York, Alan offers up his rooftop garden as a dojo. Mr. Han and Li begin their training with a mix of discipline and heart. Soon, Daniel arrives, bringing the essence of Miyagi-Do karate. Together, they teach Li to adapt, to think, and to surprise. They craft a plan to trick Connor in the final fight, to use the same dragon kick that failed before, but this time, set a trap. When Connor counters, Li will sweep the leg. The trap will snap shut. Amidst all this, Alan plays Cupid. He brings Mia to the rooftop, where Li has set up a beautiful night under the stars. With an open heart, he apologizes. Mia forgives him. Their bond is whole again. The tournament begins. One by one, Lizzie and Connor dismantle their opponents. The crowd roars. O'Shea's goons try to sabotage Li, but Mr. Han and Daniel rush in, fending them off. Dr. Fong watches from afar, torn between fear and pride. Mr. Han urges her, "Let your son be who he is." 1 week later, the final match, a rooftop under the stars. Li versus Connor. Dr. Fong arrives, standing with Victor, Mia, and Alan. The match is brutal. Connor takes the early lead. Li struggles until he finds his center. He channels Bo's spirit, Mr. Han's strength, and Daniel's wisdom. Point by point, he catches up. The score is tied. One final point will decide it all. Connor lunges. Liz sets the trap. The dragon kick begins, but this time, he dodges Connor's counter and sweeps the leg perfectly. The crowd explodes. Liz wins, but Connor, bitter and furious, rushes Li from behind. Li spins, pins him down, and cocks his fist, but doesn't strike. He punches the floor beside Connor's head, choosing restraint over rage. Connor bows. The crowd erupts. Mia runs into Leo's arms. They kiss, as he's lifted into the air. A true champion, forged by fire and friendship. Weeks later, Victor opens a second pizzeria, debt-free. Li mails a pizza all the way to California, a thank you gift. Daniel shares it with his old friend, Johnny Lawrence, played by William Zabka. Johnny jokes, "We should open our own place, call it Miyagi-Do." Daniel groans. The legacy lives on. 2 branches. 1 tree. The Karate Kid legend continues. Stay subscribed for more videos.